So guys, we're out driving the Honda Amaze automatic for the very first time. You've already seen our review on the inside and outside and what the manual transmission drives like. This video is solely going to focus on the automatic and the slight upgrades that the automatic receives over the manual, and you know, a couple of other things that I might have missed out while reporting the manual. So let's start with that. The Amaze's cabin also gets a 2.5 particulate matter air filter, which should make life easier for people, especially in Delhi, to breathe in better air, as the PM 2.5 air filter will remove everything possible, and the cabin air should be very, very fresh indeed. I leave it to the Delhi journalists to get you a better review on that, because in Bombay I won't be able to do much of that. Jokes apart, the other thing that the automatic gets that the manual doesn't is the start-stop, remote start-stop that is on the key itself. That is something that is specific to the automatic, which is fair enough, because you don't get that feature in manual in most cars throughout the world. Something that should be worked upon, but then again, for fail-safe reasons, I guess that isn't really going to happen anytime soon. Thirdly, the automatic is a CVT, and Honda is claiming 19.6 kilometers per liter over the manual's 18.6. So that is a healthy increase in the CVT. If you drive CVTs very sanely and very calmly, they can be very rewarding in multiple ways, which includes absolute peace of mind. There is even the shifts, there are no shifts that happen in the CVT, as you know. It's a constant rubber band effect that keeps on happening, and the more gentle you are with the throttle, the more smooth your drive is going to be, and that is a highlight that most Japanese cars really excel at, and Honda is no different. But over the years, let's see, generation 1, 2 and 3, the CVT has become definitely much better. It has become less of a rubber band effect. It sort of feels like it is doing its job much more quickly, and those wheels are rotating. The two wheels, the small one and the large one, have been tuned again and again over the last 10 to 12 years within Honda, in the 1.5, even the 1.2, to give you that very crisp feeling as much as possible, just like a torque converter. So what that will do, and what that does here, is just makes the drive smoother. There is no rubber band effect when you pin the throttle down, and it's an endless effect that keeps on going on and on and on. That really doesn't happen. So let me try and demonstrate to you. We are in D mode right now. There is the S mode as well. I'm going to floor it. As you can see, it is pulling ahead very easily, very quickly, and it isn't just stretching the band, it is actually delivering power. So that is where the CVT tuning kicks in. But the moment I do that in S mode, it becomes more aggressive. It definitely feels that it is running faster. The responses are almost immediate, and this is something that will really be appreciated in the ghats and while driving spiritedly, or while you're overtaking on the highway. S is highly recommended to be used as well. It is not something that is only for speed fanatics. You should use that from time to time in moderation. Everything is best in moderation, and this is something that you can some things, and sometimes speed can make you feel safer, because if you get the overtake right and quickly, you don't have to worry about anything else. So that is one of the core reasons why sport mode exists. Even absolutely contemporary and very, very big Japanese companies will give you some sort of sport mode, because that is necessary at times. So try and use that, because I see a lot of people not using it at all. So that is what I also wanted to explain in the CVT. And when I said there is more mileage, it is only going to be available if you are going to drive it very sanely. If you are really going for it, you can decrease the fuel efficiency much lower than the manual version also. So just be mindful of that. And apart from that, do I notice anything else while driving the CVT? Well, I only feel relaxed because it's an extremely smooth drive. There are no jerks at all. The CVT is working quite well. Of course, it isn't an absolute best situation where you do need the manual control, but for that, of course, you can only have manual and automatic at the same, can't have both of them at the same time. But the paddle shifters behind the steering wheel are another set of features that you can use with the CVT, where it will go a couple of steps down, not gears down, steps down, to get you that instant, see, that immediate response that you want. You want to feel like an F1 racer, you can use the paddle shifters as always. So that is actually quite brilliant. Yeah, I guess fuel efficiency test will only happen when we get the car back at home. Right now we are limited with time, yeah, that's what the CVT Honda Amaze is like to drive. I've already explained you what the ride and handling is. The ride quality is really good. Steering feel feedback is okay. It can feel a little bit vague and heavy at slow speeds, but this automatic isn't, is slightly acing that aspect as well, because the drive is smoother. So I guess that vagueness in the steering comes from the torque, and since the torque is well regulated in the CVT, that isn't really happening at all. Apart from that, do I notice anything else? The brakes on this car also feel similar, and yeah, I guess that's it. See you next time in the next video. We'll try and road test this for you in a couple of months. Until then, thank you so much for watching. See you next time. Goodbye.